Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Amalia Maypida. I am from TBI 3. In this video, I will tell you about why do women prioritize their feelings over logic. Who is not familiar with the statement, women use their hearts while men use their brains? It feels like a statement when it's often said by people around us. What's more, the statement is usually uttered when something or commenting on a pair of lovers who are in a fighting. It is a stereotype that develops in the wider community in various circles. Many destinations say that women more sensitive, easily offended, cry easily, and so on. That's not without reason. Women are indeed created with the advantage in expressing what they feel. There is a phrase that has developed in society which means a woman has 9 feelings and 1 logic, and a man has 1 feeling and 9 logic. Well, it's turned out that there is a study in psychology and science. In a psychological point of view, women are image or self-image as a creator who are emotional, easily surrender, passive, subjective, weak in terms of being easily influenced, psychically weak, and etc. While men are imaged themselves as a rational, independent, aggressive, competitive, and objective. There is a study conducted by researchers at the University of Basel in Switzerland, and the result revealed that there is no wrong with that statement. Furthermore, the researcher also said that there is nothing wrong with the woman being more emotional than men. With the result of the research, they explained that it was not the heart that caused this condition, but the brain. This is natural because there are differences in the brain structure between men and women. According to a study published in the Open Anatomy Journal in 210, men tend to use a small area on the left side of the brain, while the majority of women use areas on both sides of the brain. These differences in the brain use causes the differences in behavior between men and women. Women tend to be better at picking up on emotional message in a conversation, gestures, and facial expression, and are therefore more sensitive. Meanwhile, men tend to act based on fact and logic. Described on the Huffington Post page, differences in the brains of men and women make them both think and act in different ways, starting from the way of communication, emotion, task orientation, attention to detail, and how to deal with stress. In general, men tend to have better logical abilities than women, and while women generally show better language skills than men. Then, both men and women have an important skills areas that they naturally excel at. Tiu Hassan, a neurosurgeon, illustrates that are variables that affect the differences in a male and female brain performance. Genetics, brain circuits that are formed during development, and hormones in the brain. The variable will affect patterns of thinking, behaving, and how you feel, where all of this also relate to the 2 major brain groups that play a role in every decision making. The rational brain is the brain that works logically, and the emotional brain that regulates the feelings. There are also reasons why women use feelings more than logic, and vice versa for men. This is related to differences in the brain connection and hormone levels in a man and woman. Stronger brain connection and higher testosterone levels make men tend to have a calm response, and brain connection consider their response to what they face. Men tend to spend more time on the part of the brain associated with reasoning than negative emotion. Men tend to have an analytical rather than emotional approach when dealing with negative emotion. This trait is often misunderstood between men and women. Women think that men are less sensitive or don't care about something. In fact, men tend to judge something before determining their feelings, and to consider the response they will give more. Well, this is the reason if the men you are looking for you haven't got, they are not sensitive, it's true. And this is different from women who tend to focus on her feeling. The large limbic system in a woman also influences emotion and motivation, allowing women to act on their emotion more quickly. The conclusion is the reason why women put their feelings first is that trait is indeed a natural trait that God created. Women are created to be more sensitive to something near them or what happens to them. It is also influenced by how the brain and hormones work in women. Okay, that's all of my speech. May your day going well every day, and